Alright, I'm back. Tried to start the camera, it wouldn't start, so I had to unplug the battery to get it to start, and then even though I got regular video, 1080p, 60 FPS as the default choice, unplug the battery and hit the quick record button, it always defaults to a time lapse. Why is that, GoPro? Why does it default to time lapse? I've never had time lapse as the default setting. It's always been 1080p. Yeah, unplug the battery, hit the quick record, and you're in time lapse. At least now I know, so I know to record a dummy video after unplugging the battery, because yeah, you unplug the battery, plug it back in, hit the trigger button to start recording, and it's a time lapse. You stop that recording and it shuts off again, which takes 30 seconds for some reason. The next time you hit the trigger or the shutter button, whatever you want to call it, then it goes back into the settings of your program for quick record. That's another bug there, GoPro. Just another one in a series of many at this point. I mentioned this before, I think. Actually, I think I left them feedback or something for something once, and I told them they should recall the GoPro Hero 8 Black. There are so many issues with it. That's uncalled for a camera that costs 400 bucks. I can see it out of a $50 budget thing off of Amazon. Sure, I mean, I'd be willing to live with it. But for $400, it should freaking work right, and it doesn't. So get your act together, GoPro. Anyway, we're flying Crackack. I don't know if you can call it flying as much as soaring on the wind here. Ooh, then suddenly it wasn't flying anymore. Yeah, I was soaring and then I wasn't. I just kind of stopped flying. I guess the wind is shifted direction. What the heck was that though? Oh, maybe it wasn't. I'm thinking it might not have been the wind, because that's my elevator. That's as much elevator as I have. Nothing at all. Why is that? There it goes. Oh, there it went for a brief moment. Yeah, it's got power. Yeah, it stopped responding, so, oh, there we go. I guess I won't be flying this anymore either today. That's 2 out of 2 planes failed. 1 out of 1 cameras failed. So, anyway, I guess we'll finish this off in the Vertigo as well. My go-to battery finisher offer plane. So, I guess I'll put it the other way. I kind of like having the cord sticking out of the battery on one side and the plug on the other side, because I can sometimes just go over the fuselage, and that way I don't have a whole lot of wire just hanging off to the side, dangling. I gotta check that. We're gonna select the model. Don't do this at home, kids. Always have the right model selected before you plug the battery in. But yeah, I don't do that often, I guess. Or I mean, I do it often, but not when I switch planes mid-flight. I just forget. That's a pre-flight for a new flight thing that I do. I pretty much always have that figured out, but apparently when I change mid-flight, I was like, well, and I just forget. So yeah, so how's that for a flying session, huh? 1 spar broken, 1 servo stopped working, 1 camera acting up. I can't see what's up and down. Yeah, like when you get up there and you kind of get the sun shining through the wings, it is hard at a glance to see what's up and what's down. So when the wind kind of helps you around and the plane doesn't rotate how you expected it to, you can all of a sudden think one side is up and the other is down, but it really isn't. tree we go. See if we can get through there without blowing into stuff. Managed so far. Oh, 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 oh. God, that wind was whipping under there. Hey, I got it. Things are just happening too fast. I couldn't keep up with it. I tried, but eventually I got out of sync with that because I just wasn't fast enough on the sticks. But no damage, so off we go again. Oh, and then the prop just about ejected, so now I gotta walk over and fix the prop. Could have tried flying it back, I suppose, but I don't want to do that in case the vibrations rip the motor off the plane. But yeah, that's a downside to prop savers. If you have a bunch of power, they're just not enough. But I wouldn't want to fly these planes without prop savers either, because I'll probably end up breaking props all the time. Well, I guess it would be worth trying. See, I mean, these are pretty tough props, so it would take a lot for them to break. But it's not just the props either, it might be the plane that breaks. So like on my 3D FPV plane, my VA Miles Katana, and I got a beefy 11 by 6 or something prop on there, which has been cut down a little bit, so it's not quite 11, it's probably more like 10 and a half. So the thinnest part of the blades on the tips is no longer there, so that prop is just about bulletproof as long as they don't hit concrete and such. But yeah, I used to have that on a regular collet mount, but the collet would bend and the fuselage would rip apart every time it hits trees and everything, not even hard ground, just trees. So I made myself a prop saver for that, and it's much better. I mean, I haven't broken fuselage since, I think. So even though that plane has more power and everything, I hardly use it because it's an FPV plane and don't really need a whole heaps of power between these trees. Here comes Amazon. Must be delivering to neighbors. I don't think I'm going to get anything today. Well, no, not the neighbors either, so I'm not sure where to go with that. Obviously not here. I guess that's really all that matters. Oh. Yeah, as far as I know, I'm not getting any Amazon stuff today. I don't think I have anything outstanding with Amazon, do I? I think everything I ordered has been delivered. Ordered some rubber caps. They were delivered, what, yesterday? The day before. Ooh. That's the last I got from there. But yeah, I looked at my LP tank, and the cap that goes over the relief valve was all kinds of rotten, and the relief valve was kind of filled with water, which I suppose is not a big deal. It's a brass valve. It should be able to live through some water, but I couldn't find the actual cap that goes on it, so I just got a regular generic vinyl black cap. I figured the hundreds of psi that's in the tank, it's got plenty of power to blow that off. I mean, it's not tight fitting at all, so only downside is if it did vent, which I don't think it ever has, it does not have a retaining strap on it. Might not find the cap again, unlike the cap that's supposed to go there, that got a built-in retaining strap. But anyway, it was like, you know, $11 for a bag of 4 caps versus impossible to find cap for other things, or proper cap, which, and I found caps for other relief valves like that, but they were like, you know, $20 or whatever. Like, well, this is $20 for one or $11 for 4. You know, and even if they don't last as long, I got 4 of them, so. Oof. Yeah, prop came off again. Came unseated. So, anywho. Oh, well, never mind. Say, oh, it popped back on, but no, it didn't. It's still crooked. I just have to replace these TheraBands I got holding it on, or even put 3 or 4 on there. I got 1 holding it on to the MXS right now, but that's just not enough. And the only reason it hasn't fallen off is because I'm taking it easy on it, because I know there's only one rubber band holding it on. I had 2 when I started out, but one promptly decided to leave me, or leave the plane at least. Alright. So this is really well, it's Crackyak flight. It's supposed to be finished off by the Vertigo. Now I gotta go back to the edge and then find the Vertigo, and I'm all through with my 8 batteries.